Now, when you conduct action research, it is possible that you come across in your own classroom a child who is very different from another. For example, there might be a student who asks lot of questions, and other students are normal, do not ask normally much questions. There might be another student who really does not take interest in your lecture, in the teaching, does not take interest in the subject that you teach. Now, such cases are extreme cases. And since these are extreme cases, so therefore you may like to do a case study. So there may be a case study report. And you know the word case itself is self-explanatory. Now, for case study research, I like to tell you the meaning of a case, the identification of a case, the procedure of conducting the case study, and at the end, how a report has to be written. So now, I will give information about the case study research under headings like meaning of a case. It's very important. Everyone cannot be a case. So we must know the meaning of the case. Then how a case has to be identified. So identification of the case. And once you have done that, then you have to conduct the case study. So the procedure of conducting the case study. And at the end, how the report has to be written for the case study. This report writing is not same as the report writing of the action research. So let us go to the meaning of a case. A case is one which has a special characteristic or special characteristics. It is different from normal, and it will always be small in number, maybe an individual or maybe an institute. Now you may do the case study of an individual, or you may do a case study of an institute. If there is an institute where you find that there are positions in the board exam, and most of the students of that particular school, they get the marks above a particular limit, which normally you feel people will not do. So such institute can be taken up for the case study. So we have to now identify the case. A case is identified on the basis of the special characteristics. And it may be a student who can solve numerical problems which others cannot solve. A student who makes the same mistake in spite of several repetition. Such a student can also be a case. A student who answers the questions as soon as it is asked. Such student can also be taken up for the case study. A student who helps other students to learn. Such can be the cases. Another is a student who is irregular in the school. A student who fails in all subjects. A student who has been failing for the last 2 or more years. Now, such can be the cases. And once you identify these cases, next is how exactly you should conduct the case study. The one of the thing you should do is you have to collect the personal details of the case. This is important, that personal details may include the name, gender, address, qualification, family size, and occupation of parents, that is father and mother, sibling status, relationship among family members, residential background, that is urban or rural, relevant information about neighbors, friends, circles, etc. Now these information will be helping you in understanding that case. Another is the history of the case, that whatever the problem that exists or whatever is the situation of the case, what exactly is that? If a student has been failing for the last many years, or if a student has been absenting or has been coming late, then you should try to find out what exactly is the problem and the duration of the problem, the symptoms of the problem, the consultations done with the guidance and counselors, medical doctors, treatment details, etc. It is possible that some of the parents might have taken their child who doesn't do well in the class to the guidance and counselors. So therefore, if such a situation exists, then we should try to get the details. Once it is done, then we have to now collect other information, and for collecting the information we may be using the questionnaires. You may develop the questionnaire keeping in mind the case. There cannot be a questionnaire which can be used for all cases. The questionnaire must be case specific. Then if you want to collect some information with the help of some observation schedule, that means if you want to observe that case for some time, then you have to have an observation schedule. Which behaviors of that case you are interested in, and whether those behaviors will be visible, and whether you will be able to observe them. If the yes, then you should develop the observation schedule. If you think that there is a need to collect some information with the help of the interview schedule, so you should think that the information to be collected will be only from the case, or it will be related to the other members of that particular case. So the interview schedules may also be used, and the questionnaire, observation schedule and interview schedule will give you the data which will be qualitative in nature. Some of the information about the case you may get in the quantitative also. So there may be a quantitative data, but most of the data collected for the case will be the qualitative data. Now during the procedure of data collection, you might have collected lot of information. Now all information may not be appropriate while you write the case study report. So you should try to analyze the data. Since most of the data pertains to the case, will be qualitative in nature. So you should do the content analysis. And when you are doing the content analysis, you have to decide the parameters which you will like to use to do the content analysis. It is not very easy, but you will be able to do it. Once it is done, then you should be writing the report. Now this report writing will be very different from the action research report writing. In this particular one, you should give the personal details of the case, because anyone who reads your case will be able to understand only if personal details are given. And that is why you must have seen that when you go to the doctors, doctor takes lot of your personal information, even your family history is also taken. So therefore, while writing also, you should give all relevant information which will help the reader in understanding the case, and therefore that will be under the heading of personal details of the case. Then you have to give the history of the case. That means whatever was that case, how long that case was there, what was the duration, and then how exactly the data were collected. And this procedure of data collection should be very, very explanatory. And once you have done that, then you are also describing the case. And later on, you should try to give your conclusion. And therefore, this report writing is a very detailed report writing, and it should include all relevant information which will help the reader to understand your case. So this is how a case study is to be carried out and a report should be written.